I wanted to change the topic slightly on another issue that you've been dealing with in City Council, which is the soon-to-be coming annual Puerto Rican Day Parade. Sure. There's been a lot of controversy raised over the fact that the parade leaders have decided to honor Oscar López Rivera, who just was released from prison after more than 3 decades in prison by President Obama. And I wanted to get your sense, because I know the City Council has had to take a stand now that some companies have said they're not going to participate in the parade, and now that the police chief of New York City has said he will not participate in the parade either.
Well, that's not a slight change, it's a complete change in discussion. But I plan on being there. I wasn't planning until I started getting tweets asking me not to go. I was proud to support the speaker and her support of Oscar Lopez. It's always interesting to me, one, he hasn't been associated with any violent acts, but it's always interesting to me that people believe when folks are fighting for their freedoms or fighting for equity and justice, that they can just write a letter asking for those things and they're just given to them. There has been no social justice, no equity, no freedoms given anywhere in this world, I think, in time immemorial, that hasn't been given or taken without some kind of pressures. And we celebrate those things when we look back. But during the time period, we pretend as if people are crazy and don't know what they're talking about.
And the significance, Juan, for people who aren't familiar with Oscar Lopez Rivera's case of him coming to New York.
Well, the significance, he just was released about a week ago, finally, from a home detention after being released from prison and then sent into detention in Puerto Rico, and he immediately went to Chicago, his hometown, where he was welcomed as a hero.
Congress members and all were there.
Yeah, many of the Latino elected officials, and now, of course, the Puerto Rican Day Parade, which is in 2 weeks, is the largest gathering of Puerto Ricans in the United States, and the significance of him coming to New York City after spending more than 30 years in prison. There's clearly a lot of controversy. There were more people who were in favor of him being freed from prison, even if they didn't agree with his beliefs, than are saying that he should be welcomed as a hero. But still, the decision of the parade committee is an opportunity for the people to have free speech.
And you shouldn't be telling people who their heroes should or shouldn't be. Again, he himself was never associated with any violence. And don't forget, Nelson Mandela was listed as a terrorist well into the 20th century. So there's a big, depending on which side you sit, usually if you're on the side with the power and privilege, you kind of view these things a little differently.
Well, we want to thank you, Jumaane Williams, for being with us, New York City Council member for District 45 in Brooklyn. His district of Flatbush, East Flatbush, represents he says the largest population of Haitians in this country. And that does it for our show. A very happy birthday to Mike DeFilippo and a belated happy birthday to Samin Farkhande. Democracy Now! Is produced by Mike Burke, Dina Guzder, Nermeen Sheikh, Carla Wills, Laura Gottesdiener, Sam Alcoff, John Hamilton, Robbie Karen, Hani Massoud, Tarina Nadura, Andre Lewis, Mike DeFilippo, Miguel Noguera, Paul Huckabee, engineers. Special thanks to Becca Staley, Julie Crosby, Hugh Grant. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez.